me.
What a fucking...
Alright. So, who here wants to give a recap?
I mean,
Snotty.
sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Alright.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Gath said they want to do it.
I said, sure, why not? That
Yeah,
was
go ahead.
close enough. The session started with us meeting the... Well, it started... The session before last ended with us nearly strangling a dog to death.
Mhm.
The last session started with us not strangling that dog to death. And instead going to visit a political campaigner? I can't remember the name.
Candidate.
Candidate, a political candidate who's really into BDSM and likes to have dirty secret people. So we had a reasonable conversation with them about how to get back at their political rival, which involves stealing secrets. And we also gave them the speaking dog as like a weird pet. Not quite pet because it's clearly a sentient creature.
Yeah. You guys did
And
do
then
that.
we went off to go get dirt on the Duke. And last, if I remember correctly, we were just outside the Duke's building.
Yeah, you missed a few things.
Yeah, I don't have the greatest memory of what happened last session.
It's fine. You
Can
got...
I?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Uh, okay. Unless you brought this up and I just didn't pay attention. Blah, 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 blah. We uh Salem brought the party to meet with two. I mean, eventually egregious, but like he just wanted him to meet their father. And it turns out that his father is kind of racist and kind of ableist and doesn't really exactly believe in noir existing. And then a couple of the party members decide to step out because they're not comfortable with his behavior. And then I believe Evan Dorr is like, hey, maybe there's actually something to this that's actually true and isn't just a condition or playing pretend, and I can figure that out. And also, I want to heal your wife of her horrible illness.
Yeah. And he was okay with it. Maybe. Um, yeah, you guys also met with, right before entering, an old person. You guys, well, some of you, with the exception of Evan, met while in the woods, which none of you remembers their name. I bet. I bet a hero point on it.
I don't remember the name, I just remember the fact that they're a Dark Elf mage researcher.
Wait a minute, Dark Elf. Drow. Oh my god. Okay, wait, I actually do remember.
Yeah?
Okay, hang on. It's on the tip of my tongue. I got this, I got this, I got this.
It's not the message I sent you of the characters.
I know that.
Okay.
Oh god, no. Oh, no, I'm such an idiot. I don't remember.
Well,
What character I
what was it, Gabe?
Uh, you guys find out some other time. You may or may not encounter them again. Who knows? You've encountered them
Alright.
twice.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go back and watch the video.
Yeah, right. That's why it's there. Um. Anyway, you guys stand in front of a giant building. You're within its gates, and there's a giant wooden door. One of those, there's two hand. How do I explain this? I'm sorry, I'm not in 100% either, but find stone, some stonework on this building. It seems to be kept very well up to date. Ivera has warned you all that even though you guys can, have eyesight around, there's more to this building that meets the eye.
Hello.
And you guys walk in, opening the two doors. You're met with the clerk or receptionist. And it's this sort of lizard folk. Hi. Here,
Hi.
do you have an appointment?
No, but we are members of the newly reformed Mirthful Light.
Yeah, we knew here.
Guilds. Let me see. They turn from their desk. This room is wide, pillars standing everywhere. Giant stairway straight ahead, guarded with around each hall what seems to be a one guard after another. This person turns to their desk, opens a few cabinets, pulling out these massive books. Ah. Mirthful Light, what kind of guild are you?
An adventuring and all things.
Alright. Let me, he sets it down on the table with a big thud. They grab their glasses and put them on. They open the book. They lick their thumb, turn a page very slowly, and then they put their finger on the page. Lick. Turn. Finger on the page. Lick.
Okay, I accident.
Turn. Finger on the page. Lick. Turn. And as you guys look at this page, if any of you do, you notice that they're starting with A's. It's an index of a bunch of names. But clearly they are going page by page. And this seems to be in alphabetical order.
You might find us faster if you start at the back of the book.
They look up at you. Oh. Okay. They close it. Flip it. Open it. Slip. Flick. Not slip, slip. Lick. Either way. Ivera just starts to tap her feet, getting a little impatient. And after about what seems to be forever, they go, Mirthful Lights, guild, associations. Oh! It says here in our records, you guys are a gold star guild.
Yeah, you can say that.
Free entry to the city, low rates on fees such as bridge fees, parking fees. Yeah. Is your leader Devora around? None of you seem like one of you Devora?
No, she's busy at the moment.
Ah, what about the second in charge, Ingol? Any of you Ingol?
Unfortunately, all the traditional members are indisposed, and we are here to act on their behalf.
Hmm. Well, only senior members can go and see. And it's not that I don't, rules. You need to set an appointment if you're not a senior member of a Gold Star Guild.
Oh, we're senior members. Have you not had your codex updated recently?
Hmm. Well,
I shouldn't be surprised. It was within the last couple days that we were promoted to head emissary.
emissary. All right, up. Roll me diplomacy. This is more so to see how much they believe you. You're telling the truth. You're technically telling the truth because you guys are some of the only members. Uh,
And they say, yeah, that's considered the truth.
it is. The only other member, is Lyjack.
What was it you wanted from me? A diplomacy check.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit.
Get that D
Zeros.
check.
All zeros across the board. Rolling server.
Please.
15.
Yeah, they go, What about. See, can I get your name?
I'm Amon.
Amon? What about you? And they point at you, Yolanda.
I'm known as Yolanda to meet you.
Ah, what about you, and they point at you, Jinx, or not Jinx, Salem Noir.
My, my name is Salem. Salem, that's my name.
Ah, and what about you? And they point at Ivera, and she just flat out says, I wouldn't be under the guild yet. Ah, so I see. Well, this codex is quite old. The latest member that was in here is the name Jikale? Jikale? Jikale.
Can I do a recall knowledge check about that name?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me society.
Oh, I do not want to roll a D9.
D9 plus.
Society made me this way.
We live in a society.
Apparently fucking do, because that's another just raw roll. Nah, brain fart.
Well, you do have 2 hero points if you want to use one.
Sure, let's re-roll that shit.
But it's all up to you.
Let's re-roll that shit. Let's get 14, an extra 10. Still just a
Jakeel,
raw roll.
the name Jakeel isn't a name you've heard yet with the Mirthful Lights. With your knowledge of the Mirthful Lights and then helping you, the name Jakeel also still doesn't ring any bells. Ingol, Devora, Chucho, as well as Helvina, all are the names that ring a bell, but Jakeel is one that strikes you as odd.
And when was this codex last updated?
Hmm. Uh, 38 years ago.
We've had lots of members come and go since then.
Ah,
Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry. Well, I will ring the Duke, and they fling on their desk. There's a set of three different kind of little like bells. One's gold, one's white, and one is red. And he rings the white bell. No noise comes from ringing this bell. And it's one of those bells, you know, like you it's one of those bells at like a front counter desk you ring to get someone's attention. And he rings the white bell. Just so you know that we will update this, but you still will have to have an escort.
That's fine. Having someone refresh us our knowledge on the place. As you've probably known, the guild has been largely indisposed. It's only recent expansions that have given us a chance to come back to so many places.
That's great. And two armored guards come and approach you. They wave you over to follow, and they walk you up some steps. You can feel, you all owe me a perceptions.
Okay, perception check.
What? Steve?
I've already forgotten about the server rule. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Get every session.
23.
All right.
Perception check.
Let's wait for everyone else.
What on?
Yeah.
Yolanda.
Hold on, let me double check my perception.
Actually, no, to make things easier, I'm just gonna change my name.
From Tired. What if you change it to Very Tired 24/7? Alright, just waiting on one more.
Alright, here we go.
Alright. Salem, Noir. You you're focused on the guards and the thoughts of, you just seeing your father again after so long and haven't talked to them in a bit, and just the conversation you guys had earlier today is still fresh on your mind. But Yolanda and Amon, you both just feel like eyes are on you all.
Susie, I need my stuff.
You can't quite see where,
Sleeping. Hey! The brother is sleeping.
but
Oh yeah, if I'm able, can I do another recall knowledge check if a mon is aware of any magic spy?
say that again.
As Yolanda, go ahead.
I'd like to do a recall knowledge check to see if a mon is aware of any like magic spy on people.
Yeah. Roll an Arcana. Go on, cheese.
Oh, Yolanda is in her mind to say, I get the feeling that some keeping tongs are among us. As Yolanda is eyeing the room around, trying to figure out what is this feeling she's getting.
Yeah.
This is clearly more of an Arcanaut. 12.
Do you?
Why are all of my stats crap?
Yeah. Why? Where are all your stats into? Like what?
I've
What if?
got 7 in acrobatics, 0 arcana, 11 in athletics, 5 in crafting, 0 in deception, 0 in diplomacy, 5 in intimidation, 5 in law waste, 1 in medicine, 1 in nature, 0 in occultism, 0 in performance, 1 in religion, 0 in society, 2 in stealth, 6 in survival, and 2 in thievery.
Where do all your proficiencies go?
All my proficiency is in athletics. I can run real good.
That's fair. Um. Yeah, on a 12, you you've heard that there could be arcane ways to spy on people. You assume that there are. Else, what's the point of magic? Like, you know personally, magic can do a lot. So there must be some way where people can magically spy on others.
I was fighting the water, so I
It's
was
like a
winning it.
safe assumption. You don't know personally how. You just believe it's possible.
Just go out on the field.
Um,
Anyways,
but on that note, you guys are brought up about 4 floors, almost to the top. And you are brought to this room where the walls around it, the door, have arcane sigils and symbols. Opening it, the door itself, you agreed with a man behind a mahogany desk. A cat person, if you will. Next to the desk is a goblin. I've shown you all the pictures of these characters, so I refuse to discuss better. Like, they're really fancily dressed. Around him are about 3 guards armed with crossbows. And as you guys enter the room, behind you all in the corner is a woman, a snake woman, who holds a book in one hand.
Miss Fancy Pants over there.
Yeah. Um, the Duke, the cat man looks at you all as the guards say, the guards bow entering. Duke Goyen. And they left. They leave after, closing the doors behind the lot of you.
And somebody said
Um,
napkin.
I was told I'd be meeting with the Mirthful Lights. The guild has not been active for several years, I've been told. So,
Yes, we are. We are an attempt to. We are attempting to bring back the former glory of the Mirthful Lights. And we were hoping such a intelligent businessman as yourself would be able to offer us work for coin and influence.
you want to work. And why should I call upon you lots for work? The Mirthful Lights, many years ago, I remember them before my political days. Very powerful guild. Not really feared, but highly respected. They have been gone since I started my career. I have seen the records of their escapades, and I've always thought to myself, if they were still around, I should hire them. What makes you lot, the new Mirthful Lights? What makes you all
Well, a guild as powerful as the Mirthful Light deserves to be reborn, brought back to its former glory, and we shall be the new iteration of its former glory.
I see you have Ibera with you. Have you joined the Mirthful Lights? As of right now? No. But I'm planning to. After I finish my own personal quest. Ah, money. Sir Fingers, what you say of this lot? The goblin who stands by the desk, hands behind their back. Well, I've known the Mirthful Lights. I've seen them around. Strong. If you're looking for quick cash, they could be advised to guard a caravan.
We are not just looking for quick, we are looking for. Well, we are looking to revise the Mirthful Light to its former state with its influence, power, and we are looking to make a more permanent mark than simple muscle for hire.
Well,
In assisting such a powerful man as yourself sounds like the perfect way to begin making that mark.
roll diplomacy with +2.
Circum bonus kissing.
Yep. Kissing ass gives you a circumstance bonus with him.
kissing ass give me a circumstance bonus with you?
Does anyone want to? You gonna re-roll?
What?
It got worse.
Re-roll again. Take the highest number. Evan Doyle's special ability.
Lovely. Cool. Come on. Can't fuck this up 3 times in a row. I fucked this up 3 times in a row.
Are you trying to roll diplomacy?
Yes. Do you want to offer
Mhm.
aid?
Sure. Well,
I guess I'll give aid as well.
Yeah, I'll let you both give aid. Just know this: you have to roll above a 20. If you roll lower than 10, you actually hinder the efforts. So anywhere between
okay. So
10 and
just
20 does nothing. But
so we just. Hmm?
rolling a nat 20 will give a +2 to the circumstance for helping with aid.
So we both have to roll diplomacy and get not terrible results.
Yep.
We're screwed. Okay.
Who let the antisocial half dog leave the fucking face party?
Well, that's because one of them is a. Well, that's because one of them is an ant. Well, that's because one of them is a socially anxious cat with multiple personality disorder, and the other one is Yolanda, and the other one is Jinx.
And one of
I
them is
think Jinx
Evan.
would have started a fight by now.
Yeah, Jinx would definitely have just started fighting. All right. So one of you did nothing. One of you added a +2 because you rolled a nat 20.
Hell yeah. That means my highest is a 30.
Yeah. Yeah. You all notice his ears perk up. Goyen's ears perks up to that, and then Fingers leans over to Goyen and whispers something. You guys don't really hear it, unless you guys can roll it up perception checks if you want to know what he's saying.
Would like to roll a perception
Yeah,
on
go ahead.
what this is talking about. I fuck it. Fuck like I fuck every.
Yeah, if you can fook me.
Is it just me or have Avery had the Pride Month thingy on for way longer than regular companies?
It's fine.
So what had Pride on for long?
The Avery bot.
That's fine. Let them be gay.
Who's gonna tell him Pride Month is over? You can drop the act.
I don't know. Opera GX had two men kissing as their profile picture on Twitter for like 4 months.
Question: in an audit log, could you see how if someone server muted you when you're not there? Asking for a friend.
Who have you
Probably.
served?
I have the ability to server mute a different server that I'm not in, or in a call that I'm not in. And I'm wondering if you can audit log that and see who did it.
Yeah, the opportunity to do the most
Hold on,
dickish
I
thing
gotta.
ever.
Yeah.
Anyone with admin privileges probably.
How do I see an audit log? Sorry, I've gone. I should not be doing this. I'm D&Ding right now, but
I'm just gonna go into a random friend server. You every.
See, I see my friend Coco in a different server, and they're in a call, and I was like, my first thought was, could I server mute them while I'm not there? And the answer is yes, but I haven't done it yet. So yeah, they definitely know it was me. I just want to make sure I have plausible deniability so that they can't take away my privileges again.
You know,
Uh,
maybe there's a reason that you keep having your privileges taken away in every server you're in.
Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a reason. Anyway, continuing on. You guys are not able to. Let's. Let me look at the number again. What did you all go?
I fucked it
Noir
up twice,
13.
but I got a 20 in.
Yeah, you can hear this. I'll let you hear this. Um, you see his mouth move, and you kind of hear. Sir, don't let them butter you up. You're better than this. Um,
Quick question: does this man look like a racist?
What?
he's a goblin.
No,
That's
not the goblin, the Duke. Does the Duke look like he'd be predisposed to liking other cat folk?
You can roll perception.
Can I roll a perception
Yeah,
to
go ahead. Roll.
determine the
Yeah,
level of race?
roll perception to see if you can sense racism.
27 sense race.
On your 27 sense motive, he doesn't. You don't get the sense that he's racist, but you can get the sense that he loves a good kiss ass.
Yeah, well, I was more interested in, does he seem like he'd be predisposed to
No.
the idea of like having cat folk in important positions?
You can see here that his advisor, his top advisor, is a goblin. With what you can see around you, like even the guards are multi-raced. One's a human in here.
So he seems pretty egalitarian on all fronts.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter your race. It matters how. I guess. Yeah, it doesn't. Your race doesn't matter.
So I won't make a comment about how good it would be to have cat folk doing good around the city. Get his image.
Ivera kind of steps up and speaks out. Goyen. And as she says Goyen, he kind of looks frustrated. And with your 27 perception you got, it seems like he probably got a little. He's getting a little frustrated when you don't dress him as Duke first. And she catches that too, and she goes, "Sorry, Duke Goyen." I stake my reputation to be with this guild, and I wholeheartedly put my faith in them. They request a quest for fame and gold. We require a high job, dangerous, and worthwhile in cash. Do, 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 do. Well, uh, he Gorian puts his fingers together and starts to tap him. Ivera leans over to you, Amon. Should we... And she whispers the gem. Should we try?
We can certainly give it a go. Do we have it on us?
Yeah, and Avendor will present the gem. Hand it over to Salem, since Salem is closer.
He will then present the gem.
Your Grand Duke, we have something of value to offer you that we hear you've been searching for.
You had a good perception. You notice that the Duke looks at it, but it's not the Duke that seems more excited about this, Amon. It seems to be more fingers. Their eyes glow and look at this gem. And as you hold it, Salem, just something you all just don't notice is Luciella, the mage, approaches, the one in the back who had a book, and she takes the gem from your hands. I hope you understand that we must inspect it before payment is due.
Of course. I wasn't expecting much else.
My lovely court mage shall inspect it. Luciella, what is it? What do you find of it? And they look at the gem, slither of the tongue. They start to speak, casting a spell to sort of identify the gem. And as they do that, the gem glows for a brief second, lighting up the entire room. And once done, this is a trick. This gem is broken.
Broken?
It does not have power to it.
Oh.
Does not mean it's broken, that merely means it to be recharged. Surely you can just rub it on your shirt, get a bit of static going.
It seems like for a second the Duke's actually reaching for it to try this, and Luciella kind of gives him a stern look. It seems like one you give, to say don't. This gem cannot just be simply recharged like that. This gem will take an incredible power source to recharge. If not that.
Uh, Salem's paws shakily raising to the mask, but he's just trying not to put it on. It almost seems like he really wants to say something, but his regular voice just does not have the courage to do it.
Well, that's. We're.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, a court mage of your wisdom, surely you'd know where we can find such a power source. And as the Merfolk Lights, our first objective to prove ourselves to the great and venerable Duke should be to retrieve that power source for you.
Yeah, what they said.
they said.
Gorion looks over at Fingers, and Fingers, there you can see their lower jaw kind of move left and right. They lean over and whisper once more to the Duke.
And if this venerable guild is to perish in the process, you have half of your crystal, and don't have to give any reward. Surely it's a win-win.
Ivera steps in, half the reward for the crystal. Or give it back to us. Why? Why should we... Why should we... Why should we trust your group?
Because. Bec- because we wouldn't have dragged ourselves to this really, really prestigious town not to give it to you, isn't that right?
Noir is currently active.
Indeed, we did, after all, come here and present the gem honestly. If nothing else, that should be a show of our faith in you.
You're smart. Don't take you for absolute idiots. We wouldn't just give you a piece of rock candy and expect you to believe that's some ancient magical gem. We have far more respect for you than that.
It's true. This is the gem you require, Duke. And she puts her hand on his shoulder in a way that implies, you know, more personal.
Section 10.
Uh well, I will send you on a quest to retrieve
Ooh, I
something
like.
that can help power up this gem, if possible. But first, you must prove it yourselves.
Okay, lay it on us. What wild goose chase you need us to do?
There is a item hidden
I
within the
hope there aren't too
caverns.
many goose involved. I'm quite hungry.
There's a cavern a few miles north of here. More like honestly, closer to a week's travel. Off any real beaten path. Within this cavern, I'm looking for an eyeglass.
That's it.
Like
That's
a
it.
pair of spectacles or like a magnifying glass?
It's more fingers then speaks up. It's more of a magnifying glass connected to a necklace. Very valuable. Get that. We'll pay you. We'll even pay you the additional amount for the gem. And then we can talk. Sorry for speaking you, Duke. And he bows to Goyen. Goyen looks a little annoyed that Fingers spoke up out of turn. But then says, my advisor is right. Collect us this artifact, and we'll talk.
Do you mind if I ask a bit of an dodgy question, just for the sake of a thought experiment?
Hmm? Go
Let's
ahead.
say hypothetically that we do find this artifact, but then somebody else there decides to blow it up with 300 pounds of TNT. Would you still trust us if we came back covered in burn scars or something?
I think you would not receive your payment. I am
Oh,
not
that's
a
totally.
vengeful person. I'm not evil.
So basically, this is a black and white scenario, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And it seems like a simple exchange. We go and retrieve this artifact, receive golden gratitude in reward.
Retrieving
Okay.
this artifact will prove to me you are as reputable as you were before.
Okay.
I have
Cool.
sent 2 other guilds before you to collect this. Both perished.
And what? Oh, that's
Well, the
not.
members they sent perished. They refused to continue the
Oh,
quest.
wow.
And just for my personal reference, which guilds were these?
Um, the Helping Hands Guild.
Wow. Wow, you trusted those guys.
Eternal
Those are
Snake Lady
fantastic.
PSD.
And the Grey
Frickin'
Gooses.
frickin' this person mentions the helpful hands, and then somewhere 300 miles away, Pierre just shudders. I felt a disturbance.
It just cuts to like the apothecary just maniacally laughing. They set things on.
Could you
Oh,
imagine if Pierre actually was from Sombra Flare? Okay, whatever. Later. So, all right, I get you. You want us to go on a perilous journey to get your thing, otherwise we don't get paid. That seemed like a fair and reasonable trade. And he mutters under his breath, if I were a complete and total cockhead.
hold on. Roll a roll a
Oh God, am I about to get the party penalized for me
roll
being a
stealth.
smartass?
Yeah, you will.
I have a
Is
something
Amon able to over
Uh,
Noir in an attempt either raise the DC or distract them entirely.
I have
You
a
can
potentially fun.
you can try to
There's something.
distract or raise
I
the
mean,
DC. Either way.
I have a decent amount of stealth, so I should. I did make
Rolls
him
in that
trained in
one.
it.
Roll,
Shut
roll,
up.
roll.
Go for it.
I have a potentially funny idea if I do fuck up. Why? Oh, you want to blood then? I know.
What class is Salem and Noir? Are you a cleric?
Perhaps. Hey. Sorry. What were you saying? Okay,
I was asking what class you are. So I can't tell if you're like a cleric or something.
Oh, I am a cleric.
Do you want to see if you can lower the DC? Yeah. What do
Yeah,
you
I'd
do?
like um uh
Don't worry, I can help you with that iron.
Amon's eyes sort of wander from the conversation,
Didn't give me feeling. Didn't give me feeling.
and Amon says out loud, just at no one in particular, some roast goose would go really good right.
Roll
No,
roll
I was gonna try it.
what would distraction be? Is that still under diplomacy?
Can I make it either stealth?
You can. I'll let you use the stealth if you want.
Because I'm significantly better at that.
See, this is the trade-off when it comes to Salem and Noir. Salem is more competent but is socially inept. Meanwhile, Noir is more socially capable, but also it's a 50-50 chance whether or not he makes everybody in the room uncomfortable.
That's what I love about them.
11. Lol.
Yeah,
What?
Fingers kind of grits her teeth at you, Salem and Noir. But Devora then speaks up once more. She approaches the desk and slams her hands down on it. Putting one hand over the gem. The guards immediately react. And she says, "We need a payment if you are going to hold on to this."
Look, we'll get your little artifact, okay? We just had some concerns about the safety of it. That's literally it.
Susie, give me put and I'll leave. Susie, give me pills and I'll leave.
Luciella seems like they are ready to fight, and so the guards around, and Gorian just kind of laughs. I'll tell you what. I'll give your group 1,000 gold.
Are we
You
still
die.
hunting?
I'll give your group 1,000 gold for just the gem alone.
And what if we still hunt down this spyglass or whatever it was he told us to grab?
I will then give you an additional 800 gold.
Cock's eyebrow.
Ivera speaks up. I'm sorry. When I was told about getting that item, I was told that it'd be worth 1,000 gold as a quest. So 1,000 gold for the gem and 1,000 for the spyglass.
Yeah. Yeah, no offense, but like, if you're sending us on a death-defying journey, then I feel as though we kinda like, look, all I'm saying is, you know what? Actually, I'll give you a proposition since you've had two groups fail you already. If we can prove those guys wrong and come back both in one piece and with your artifact, then you give us the money extra for our troubles. Because trust me, we're not a group of do-fucks.
Uh,
Does that sound?
gold diplomacy.
Unfortunately, his diplomacy is mediocre, so I'm sorry, everyone.
Don't worry, it can't be worse than mine, please.
Yeah, you know you're going to be broke. That's why you know. Because you're scared. Scared little boy.
Just remember you have a hero point.
I'm using it. Please be better.
Yeah.
Let's do a bending.
Hmm. 1,000 gold.
Yeah, but I'm playing on my controller.
Highest I'll go.
And I presume this includes the opportunity for further work in the future.
Yes, it will. I'll spread your name around town. Both the lights are back. Word travels quite far.
Eh.
But because of your spunk, he opens a desk drawer and pulls a little card out. This is a free pass to cross bridges without having to pay.
Noir stares at this for a little too long. It almost feels like he's frozen. He then slowly looks up and says, I think I love you.
I'm married.
I bet let's do a bending then.
This is too much. Goodbye.
He just takes the mask off, and Noir and Salem looks around confused.
Yolanda steps on your foot, Noir.
Could you imagine? I just imagine that happens immediately after he takes off the mask. So Salem's just wondering why the hell you just did that.
He was just kidding, sir.
It's fine. Look. Is that all from you lots?
Yes, that would be everything.
Yes, once we receive our gold deposit for the gem and a slightly more in-depth location than north for this artifact search for, we shall leave you to your business, Grand Duke.
Ooh. And hearing the words grand before Duke kind of just tickles him. Fingers. let them know of the location. It's time for me to go to my midday bath. I bid you all adieu. And he bows. Before the guards follow, a few of the guards follow him out, as well as Luciella.
Luciella was the lizard folk court mage, wasn't she?
Yeah.
No weapons, only
Um,
Do,
three, two, one.
do I even want to know what he said?
If you value, not feeling, secondhand embarrassment, then it's probably best that you don't.
I mean, this is the second person Noir's offered to sleep with for you.
Yeah. I think your friend Noah is a bit of a hound dog. I can understand that
Ivera,
good.
did um Fingers will cough.
Fingers.
Wait right here. He walks to.
What
He
with
walks around the
fingers?
desk,
You were prostating.
and you see he seems to cast a cantrip. He mumbles some words, hardly. It's audible, but there's no real. It's only just a noise. As Ivera looks over at Fingers. And it seems like she's given a response.
Technically,
Wait right here, you lots, and I shall go grab your 1,000 gold. As Fingers exits the room, the guards stand post, and Ivera whispers to you all, "That's the man who gave me the job to assassinate Sake."
Oh,
He asked me if we did it. I told him no.
you also are good.
mhm. I, I see.
Is no one else around now? Is it just us as a cluster?
You guys and like 2 guards in the room.
Do the guards look particularly loyal?
They're like they're dressed in like those fucking guards. The fuck are they called? I can't remember their names, but the ones that guarded the queen.
The royal guards?
Yeah, the royal guards, the ones that like you can sit there and like make kissy faces at, and they're trained so well that they just ignore you like you're nothing.
Personally, I
The ones that will just fucking stomp
Yep,
stand away during parade.
yep,
Personally, I wouldn't bother somebody who's being stoic faced because normally when someone's not giving you, that is a completely different tangent. Never mind.
yeah.
They're also holding a gun, so pissing them off probably is. Yeah.
Well, they're holding crossbows and halberds.
I remember. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Oh, I remember when I was younger. Noir had a habit. When Noir was out, he'd try making a lot of weird faces or gestures at these kinds of guys, just to see if it was true that they wouldn't move an inch. And he was right, except for one time. I wasn't allowed out of the house. We weren't allowed out of the house for
we're probably gonna have to have a conversation more about that.
Ah,
But I do like you, Salem, as your other bastard.
um, thanks, but that's not relevant right now. So, Eve, Evera, you continue what you were talking about.
The one who I usually have met with is Fingers. The fact that we actually got to meet the Duke, it's the first time for me.
Mon sort of slightly sarcastic tone of voice says, "Well, take a look at your company. Clearly we deserve a special audience."
Oh, real? Oh, you mean it?
Ivera gives a grin and kind of like a little bit of an eye roll. Um, I was afraid that coming here with you lot, you would have started a fight with the Duke. Glad you didn't.
He
I
is a
mean,
massive asshole, and I really wanted to punch him in the face, but I have to play nice, at least for the minute.
yeah. The last thing we would want to do is cause problems in such a delicate scenario, especially for Elendor. They're really passionate about this.
Yeah. Um, and as that said, walking in, Fingers comes in with a thick bag and extends it out for the duties of the Dauntless and hands it over to Ibera. Ibera will take it. And Fingers starts to eye up the party. He seems to be checking you all out. Gear, what seems like your capabilities could be. Um, and if you guys want to give me a society check,
Sure, I definitely live in one of them.
it sucks that we live in a society.
Oh, society check.
Yeah,
His fingers thinking about my butt.
Fingers is definitely thinking about putting his fingers in your butthole.
What?
15. We just need one more 15.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
That's your plastic fork.
This is we sports resort.
I missed my chance to servo mute someone in a call. Damn it. You're supposed to roll a 15. Yeah, on that 20, you feel like the way he's eyeing you up, Yolanda and Amon, you feel like the way he's eyeing you guys up, it could be a little flirtatious. But Salem and Noir, for you guys, it feels more like he's eyeing you guys up as to see if you're a threat. And afterwards, he says, "You all may leave now."
Oh yes, and with no further comment, Amon will very briefly turn on her heels and go to leave, unless anyone attempts to stop.
Yeah, Ivea will also.
Noir just wait, not Noir. Salem just stares at this individual. Just stares for a while with his big, dopey, reddish eyes, and then just locks in, if you know that one name. Not necessarily threatening, but more so trying to give the impression that he isn't messing around. He then leaves. Susie, I have your I probably look so stupid. Wait, Susie, I can listen to Bible.
And as you guys leave, you still get that feeling that you're being watched as you exit the palace. Or whatever the fuck I called it. The, let me look at the map. The Gunyer.
Susie, what do you think is the best move on Chico?
And as you guys leave, it turns out to be kind of midday, around 2, 3 o'clock.
Best move on Chico, baby.
Um,
Like the whole hairstyle, job.
what is
So,
it?
at least for now, we have a objective of some sort. I feel we should make preparations, stay the night within the city, and then begin to head off tomorrow.
If you are uncomfortable with talking or being around my father, I could let you into my old bedroom. It's fairly quiet, and he doesn't come up unless I tell him to, usually.
There was a block missing.
He seems quite the disrespectful bunch.
His ears like flop down.
I'm sorry.
If it makes you feel any better, it means it's a miracle you turned out as well as you did.
That's reassuring in a sense. I don't know very many people who would say that.
Susie, give me clues, bro.
Well, there's always a bright side worth looking for. I feel we should find accommodation, and I hope you don't take offense to this, Salem, but I do not wish to spend extended periods of time with your father.
I don't take plenty offense to it.
He just squirms a little bit uncomfortably before abruptly saying,
If we get the amount of money required, we could probably make that trip to Lemur. The prices are egregious, but the food's definitely worth it.
Ivera looks at her pouch of 1,000 gold. I'll pay.
Really?
It's-
I hope this doesn't sound demeaning, but it might be in your best interest to get the children's size meals. At the very least, you'll get something worthwhile. In fact, for a lot of cats, that's usually what they get due to just how poor the other prices are.
Well, after all this discussion, such a place seem almost excited to go take a look. Should we set off, or do others have business they wish to attend to before?
I have no business.
What did you say?
At least not at the moment here.
I initially was planning on, before we went off on this quest line, I was planning on trying to find my mother, but that would take far too long, especially with the size of this city. So it might just be best I merely give her a letter and move on. And besides, with my father, she probably already knows.
That's... Rivera would kind of awkwardly puts her hand on your shoulder. Um, there... She tries to be a little comforting, but it seems to be a little hard for her.
Elf's head like a befuddled German shepherd.
I'll, when we get there, order whatever you like. I'll pay. Anything off the
Oh,
menu.
I wouldn't be so bold to say anything. You've seen how this town is, but if you're so bold, then follow me.
You guys walk through the city. Just so many nice landmarks. And you get to this, very sort of fancy looking place. It has a lot of blue and white to it. It has a lot of is that the colors? Hold on, let me pull it up. Pull up the thing. Yeah, it has a little kind of hook with a shrimp. It's blue. Has the building's this kind of large blue. A lot of fancy carts surrounding the building. Different horses. Like really fancy horses and carriages. Even entering the building, there's like a little person on a pedestal as they look at you. And seeing all your outfits, they go, do you have a reservation?
No, we're just here to, order.
I mean, surely a group like the Mirthful Lights shouldn't need a reservation.
Mirthful Lights. Never heard of your group.
We're just a guild. And, fairly well known outside of this city, and, we're here on important work, but we've just come to relax for a little bit.
Are you
Are
one
there
of those?
menus visible from the front door?
No. No. They have like little menu sheets, but you can see past the pedestal. There's a bunch of like really rich looking clientele, people in very fancy dresses, in the front. But when you look on further inspection, the further back you go, there seems to be a section dedicated to what seems like average people. As in averages, they're not high
The
class.
poor corner.
Yeah, the poor corner. And it seems like it's those people are specifically placed there to try to be out of sight, out of mind. There's no window there. It's close to the kitchen. And it seems like one of the seats has the kitchen staff door kind of hits the back of their chair.
This place has changed quite drastically since I was a kitten, and the aesthetic is way different.
See, about 4 years ago, there was a, how you say, renovation.
Seems
And
the architect did a fabulous job.
oh, thank you. Um, I will give the owner your regards, but at the moment, all our seating seems to be full.
Is it possible we could order anything to go?
Hmm.
That's
It's
a shame. I hear your elderberry wines are to die for. Amon is trying to sound very posh, despite looking like an angry hobo, because that's what she is.
uh yeah, roll a deception check.
All of my social stats are like flat rolls, because my charisma and intelligence are both 0.
Everything's in everything else.
I
Oh.
am.
I run really good, I dodge really good, and I punch things really good, and that's about it.
You also take a beating really good.
I'm a little bit surprised that the mascot isn't present anymore. Melanie, you remember that character?
Mm,
He's referring to a mermaid.
yes. See, we had to rebrand. It seemed too mythical. Um, and it wasn't just drawing in the crowds anymore. Ah, shit! I closed the wrong tab. Uh, yeah, on year 7.
Yeah, as Amon says that, she burps into her mouth by accident.
Yeah,
Seems very low class.
and he just looks at you with disgust. Eva is like, "Well, I guess we have to go." And as she turns, she makes sure her pouch kind of jiggles and clings together. Um, and hearing that, the guy goes, "Well, it looks like a table may have opened up for you. Come with me." And you guys are led to a table that does have a window, but it's on an end of the building in which kind of points out to the trash.
All we get to see is a grimy back. At least we get our very own knife fight to watch.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Lemmer isn't like Waffle House.
No. He places you all. The seats seem to be quite fancy and comfortable, and just sitting on them, you guys can just feel the effects of like a soothe. Like the chairs themselves are enchanted. You guys are each then handed a menu.
Noir just looks at it for a moment, unsurprised by the prices, whinges, and then flips it around. And then his ears flop over again.
Oh, they don't have the treasure map on it anymore. They really did rebrand everything.
God, this is just like pressed adult.
Yeah, and
Do I have to go by?
give me 1 second.
I feel like Salem's giving off the same energy as that one animation of the girl from that McDonald's ad, from that Japanese McDonald's ad, except she's older and depressed.
Uh,
I mean, that's what essentially happened to McDonald's. You know, McDonald's full of play areas, bright red and yellow, with
and
all sorts of
here,
weird mascots, and now it's just kind of grey and glass with all automated menus. And if a single staff member looks at you, they spit on you in disgust.
I'm not
uh,
sure if this counts. The KFC I used to go to as a kid is pretty much the same. The play area, however, just isn't there anymore. There used to be like a little mini play park, but
what
it's
happened
just
to it?
been they just removed it. I
That's
mean, when I
dumb.
go on Google Maps, it's still there, but my best guess is that it was removed to make the drive-through easier for more parking.
That's dumb. Give kids a shit ton
Probably
of
because,
calories, and
and probably
then
because those little play areas were fucking a lethal thing.
anyway, I sent a ignore the top part of it, but yeah, that's your guys' menu.
Long John Silver. Long John Silver's is like an American equivalent of a fish and chip.
Yep. But this is your guys' menu. This is the
Okay.
I waited so long to have this joke pay off.
really fancy looking cat folk comes to you guys. Welcome to Lamar. Is there anything you guys like? Can I start you off with water? Can I start you off with mineral water? Sparkling water? Wine?
Amon's kind of like rolling through the menu really rapidly, and then looks over to this waiter and says, I'll drink anything, anything ale, please."
Ah, yes. What about the rest of you?
Do you have any form of juice or milk?
We have the most greatest of milks. We have owlbear milk. Just came in this morning.
Ugh. I think I prefer regular dairy or even goat.
Owlbear milk is like it bitter.
It is quite bitter, but it's really hard to milk an owlbear. It's really a
Yeah,
delicacy.
I'm guessing they don't just let you walk up with the bucket and start tugging.
No, they don't.
You've just activated my like shower thought of how many animals did we test to see what milk tasted good, or did we just stop at cows and goats?
There's definitely more. A lot of people have drank human milk.
Yeah, that comes with being an inf anyways.
I mean, no, even after infancy. I've drinking human milk. It's not good.
Anyway,
It's because my friend's wife was pregnant and he brought me a glass of milk and said, "Here, try this." And I was like, "Okay." And I drank it. And then he's like, "Yeah, that's my wife's milk." And I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
Gabe, I have this friend of mine who has a habit of telling the most wild stories imaginable, and I think that you might be competing with him.
I thought you were going to end that with, "and I'm that friend."
Gonna say, and it's Gabe.
Yeah, right? Uh, sorry. That is just me.
But yeah, he just asks for a simple glass of milk.
Yeah. Um, either wine. White wine. Ah. Um. And what about you? Evandor orders something. Jinx orders a lot of things. Um. And what about meals, appetizers? What are you guys just wanting drinks for now?
You see Salem perk up at the sound of appetizers. Uh, yeah. What appetizers do you have?
Well, we have Fritz. We have one that the chef has just made. We're testing it. It's not on the menu yet. It's called poutine. Honestly, it seems like a poor man's dish, but the chef swears it is to die for.
Oh,
Um,
you don't have
we
the
have
older, I'm assuming.
we have apple slices. We have something we like to call hush puppies. Let me open Long John Silver's menus. uh, Snackies. We have clam strips. We have little dough balls with cheese in them, as well as something the chef calls popcorn shrimp. And honestly, it's just breaded shrimp, but it definitely sells well.
I want the shrimp,
Ah,
please.
and the rest of you?
I'll have the same for now.
Shrimp. Alright. Uh, and for entrees, what would you like?
I think I'd be perfectly alright with the regular fish and chips.
Ah, Ivera will order the
Or do
same.
they call it fish and fries now?
No fish and chips here. We still keep that. We need the authenticity.
Amon kind of glances over the menu. I'll have the 8-piece family, please.
Sure. Any sauces with it?
A selection, please.
We have
Preferably, I
our
like my
tartar sauce, our malt vinegar, our cocktail sauce, our honey mustard, ranch, ketchup, barbecue, lemon juice, and hot sauce.
Oh, I'll have hot sauce and the vinegar, please.
Got it.
I prefer not to have any sauce, if that's reasonable.
It is, it is. Um,
I just ask that.
your orders will be out momentarily. And the waiter leaves.
Salem just slumps in his chair a little bit.
You know, I thought I'd go for the light lunch, the 8-piece instead of the 12-piece.
You can really put down a meal.
Yes, it's a supernatural hunger almost.
You know, I didn't think I'd meet traveling companions that I took such a liking to.
Uh, Truly, even with Noir's, uh, language.
Your swears don't really bother me. My last companion was killed in their duty.
Oh,
You all must be aware that I am not of the Lotus Crest. I am not part of the House of Key. But I. My last traveling companion was.
mm. I I apologize for how uh, immature I'm behaving. It's just, well, I how do I say this? It's gonna sound immature either way, but sometimes, despite how terrible these prices are, this place kind of felt like one of the few places of light in this city. The aesthetics, or at least the former aesthetics, it was pleasant, and every time I'd come, I'd feel happy. It reminded me of simpler times. Now it's just, well, doesn't really feel as magical anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's really nothing that bad. If I brought out Noir, he'd probably not have a single complaint.
Ivera reaches over and pats Salem on the back again. Um,
He's trying not to purr right now.
After a bit, the waiter comes and brings out everyone's drinks as well as their appetizers. Uh, just a bunch of shrimp table round. Um, Ivera, when you guys take a bite into it, the popcorn shrimp, it's crunchy, it's flavorful. It's it hits all the right nerve endings in the tongue. I don't know how to describe eating popcorn shrimp. It's good. You guys like it.
I've never had popcorn shrimp, though I've had popcorn
From
chicken.
It's the same thing, but instead of chicken, it's shrimp.
I, I need to update that one Tumblr post where I was like, why is it that when we make food smaller, it's better?
I wish the same could be said about
because
dicks.
he who lizard brain likes food that can fit in mouth in one go.
Same.
We need to become seagull coated where we can just swallow a whole fish whole. Or a rabbit, if you know that one cursed video.
Oh, that was a squirrel.
I don't know what the
Or
fuck it
someone's
was.
or someone's dog. This is why humanity is this is why imagine being descended from literal wolves and you get folded by by nature's equivalent of flying rats.
That's the best thing to be folded by, though.
Yeah, imagine you're descendant from wolves and your so-called best friend spend thousands of years turning useless little shit that just screams.
Cats must feel so lucky.
Fun fact that Chihuahuas are actually not that bad if you train them properly. It's just a lot of people encourage their unhinged behavior because we think it's cute or something.
Haha, that's so cute. He's tearing off my toes. Yeah, no. Getting back a little bit on track. Excuse me.
No worries.
Yeah, meal comes
Oh,
out. It seems to be quite tasty, quite scrumptious. Um, and
Yeah, Amon is sort of like very quickly eating through her food. You can see there's like this ravenous hunger in her eyes, so that she's clearly trying very hard to hold back.
yeah, and it's
I I knew that his cooking wasn't very pleasant, but I didn't think you were this desperate for something decent to eat. I don't mean that in a rude way. I just never mind.
Amon's got with like a mouthful. Well, last thing I ate was trail mix at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm very, very hungry.
he'll just slowly raise up a fish tender to Amon's mouth.
Amon just like snaps out of your hand without the second it's like in the bottom of her eye line, just hack. She almost takes your fingers with it.
Wow. I'll keep that in mind to try finding you others of Sombra Flair's food. You might like it.
Gabe, I also want to note that he is also that Salem is also bagging some of his food away.
oh, that's fine. And as you guys sit there, you eat. Uh, there's a man close to a different table, and you guys over here. Look at this filth. You guys accept these cretins to eat in the high class part of the restaurant? I demand they be thrown out.
This comment is directed towards us, correct?
Yeah. And he's saying it to a waiter, this person.
Amon crunch through like outer shell of a crab or something, just with her bare teeth, like stare daggers at this.
Yeah, you can roll intimidation if you want.
You know what? Let me hang on. I want to check something. Oh, can I join in on the intimidating?
You may.
I just noticed I'm
22.
Oh, this is so good. Where's the dice thing? Allergies.
Back in a moment. Good loot.
Right.
Oh, no problem. I never thought I'd play a D&D game where I roleplay eating at a Long John Silver's.
Yeah, see, that's the specialty of my D&D games. You never know what's going to happen.
I
And
mean,
now...
sure, I planned, but still, I didn't think it had actually happened.
Oh, it was going to happen one way or another. You can't take it away.
Lol.
Just imagine that after seeing this, Salem, not wanting his pleasant semi-ruined childhood memories to be even more ruined, just starts spiking up his fur and hissing.
We're gonna wait a second till Gath gets back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, one of you
Ugh.
succeeded. I won't tell you which one of you, but one of you definitely succeeded.
I can definitely tell who. Ugh, this is making me want some fucking fatty food, but I don't have any money. Ugh.
Snotty, I'll go work the corner for money.
The more people keep offering to buy me things, is the more I start feeling like a fucking Twitch streamer that gets 50,000 commentary videos made about them being a thought. Am I overthinking this? Probably.
Yes. And I kind of wish I was one of those streamers that people just paid money to and called me a whore. I'm down for it. I will be a whore. I just want that cash, yo.
I want to make money on the internet by...
Never going to happen.
Jeez.
What, me being a hoe?
Don't crush Thon's dreams.
Gabe, you're already a hoe.
Yeah, but I want to be a paid hoe, you know?
I'm going to pick you up by your legs and till my dirt.
The fastest way to make money on the internet is by far sell pictures.
My what?
No,
Your feet.
no, the fastest...
Yeah,
No,
see,
no.
I can't. I'm missing a toe.
There's
the
someone that would
fastest-
pay extra for that.
Oh, that's fair.
The fastest way to make money on the internet is to draw things for people who aren't able to draw. Slowly turns head to cheese.
Oh yeah, or draw furry porn. It's
Yeah,
also a very
yeah.
quick way.
I really am
Hee
just
hee.
down to like drawing furry porn for people.
I would not suggest it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't care what I draw for people if they're paying me.
I mean, yeah, if they're paying it, especially, there's a reason that every time you look at like the personal Twitter account of some microbiologist or like engineer or technician, they're always some sort of gay dog.
Yeah, exactly. Cheese, you want pictures of your characters? Gotta pay up.
This is a completely irrelevant story, but I feel like I should share. When I was doing work
Lol.
in Lisbon, on the way home from Lisbon, I brought a giant box of gummy bears, and that box of gummy bears was shaped like a gummy bear. And now I use it. Now I use the empty box to make a giant gummy bear shaped ice cube that takes about 6 hours to freeze. So every day I have a massive gummy bear shaped ice cube.
That's fucking great, actually. I love it.
It's so fucking big it won't fit in any of my glasses. I have to put it in a fucking mixed jug.
Are you proud of it?
I am. I'm proud of my creation. It yet lives.
I love it. Yeah, so going back to this, you start to intimidate the guy and they go, look, this is not first class behavior. I think they should be kicked out. And the waiter, the man slips the waiter. Actually, let me see if you guys see this. Let me roll something.
Yeah, roll a
Okay.
stealth check. Some random old dude.
Yeah.
Can't believe we're getting racially profiled in France at a Long John Silver's, no less.
You're not getting racially profiled.
No, we're getting profiled by our economical class.
Yeah, class
Of course.
profile. Alright, that's a 14. What's everyone's perceptions plus 10?
18.
Okay,
17.
okay. Cheese, what's your perception plus 10?
You're short, motherfucker, and nobody likes you. Everybody says crap. The guys in the steps you controlling the game for relationships. When you apply nothing better than
No, don't roll perception. What's your perception plus 10? Also, Snotty, thanks for singing the Tom Cody song.
Inky.
That guy's doing a tour at the moment, isn't he?
Is that again?
So that guy's doing a tour at the moment, isn't
He
he?
might be. I kind of hope he is. Let me go look. I love his music. He's great.
+6.
Alright. So, you all see this and notice this. Is he doing a tour right now? I need to know. I don't know. He might be. I could be. I don't know. Yeah, you all see this. This man slips the waiter what seems like a heavy pouch. And then the waiter comes up and goes, I'm sorry, but it seems like we mistook this table to have a reservation. You'd have to pay now and exit the restaurant.
Amon needs to ignore this waiter and just start continue.
Start to what?
Amon just ignores the waiter and continues eating.
What are the rest of you doing? Are you all also gonna defy the waiter?
I mean, they can try and handle Amon out here, but Amon might have to eat them too.
With all due respect, we were assigned and paid to be here.
Yes, but we have a reservation. This table's reserved. You have your food. We have to ask you to leave. We don't want to get the city watch.
He hisses a little bit before just mellowing out.
Pack, can we get our food to go?
Yes, I will go get you doggy. Well, I'll go get you some kitty bags to go. And the waiter starts to walk away, and if you guys can still see this like older man, this older cat folk, kind of looks satisfied with what they did.
Quick question for no particular reason at all. How sturdy do the legs on these chairs look?
They seem pretty sturdy, at least for the more noble tables. You want to make sure noble is seated well, the rich, the upper class, the upper crust.
This could get us put in prison, but it might be worth it.
Yolanda mumbles, Dummkopf.
Dummkopf.
I mean, there's no cops, but it was just a waiter. But yeah, man, what are you gonna do? Evia kind of looks a little worried at the rest of you. To see what happens.
No,
next.
it's German.
Ah. I thought I heard dumb cop. I heard Dunka. Alright. Dumb cop. Okay. I heard dumb cop, sorry. Yeah,
How
Mon
far away is the dude from us?
Probably about 10 feet.
So, during our exit, if we're escorted out and Amon was to take a slightly circuitous route, she would get the chance to get past this man at his table.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say yes.
Cool. So when we're forced to leave, Amon is going to walk past this man at his table and attempt to pretend to trip, but kick out the legs from under his chair.
Alright.
Jesus.
Um,
This is not even combat block. I call that a combat block.
after a bit, the server comes back with little bags that seem to be surprisingly shaped like cats. They he hands you all the bags to put your foods in, little containers. It's not just bags; they're also containers, and even the containers are shaped like cats.
Yeah.
It even has this little stamp that says, it's the containers were created with what the fuck is it called? Like safe for the environment material.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name.
Renewable?
Yeah, I biodegradable is the word I was
Biodegradable.
thinking of. Yeah, there we go. Just to be like safe for the environment, in case you guys decide to throw it out. Yeah, but you guys put your foods in here, and as you head out, Amon, I need you to make me a 2 different checks. One an
Would it
attack.
be a stealth and an athletic?
I mean, it can be athletics, sure.
I am not attempting to injure this man. I'm just to kick the leg out from under his chair.
Yeah. Go ahead, stealth and athletics.
Are you about to break their ankles? Figuratively.
Maybe. I mean, I might break physically if I do poorly enough. This is a stealth check. It's a 7. Everyone sees.
Yeah.
That's not gonna change my mind. I'm committed to getting us permanently banned from the place.
Yeah. Fuck. Fuck the
29
assumption.
for the trip check.
Yeah. As you try to go to like trip and make it look like an accident.
Whoop.
you just you don't trip, you just say whoops, and you just sweep your fucking leg under this guy's chair, breaking its leg. The man falls, trying to grab the cloth of the table, pulling all the food of him and the people he's eating with onto him. And like that, there's this like silence. As this person's covered in fish, chips, ketchup, mayonnaise, honey mustard.
Whoop.
I think we should leave
And
now.
then Amon walks away.
Yeah. Ivera is quick to follow. The restaurant seems to be flabbergasted. But I'm the man wipes his face, gets up, and says in a angry voice, "You're going to be." And can I get an initiative roll? I mean, perception roll from you guys?
Oh,
Perception initiative.
Yeah.
Cool. I get a bonus to this because Mon is ready to throw down at the moment.
you've got to be fucking kidding me. I cursed us by
I've got us into 22 for perceptive.
I cursed us by mentioning Waffle House.
How? Yeah. Yeah, you may have.
God.
Oh yeah.
What is Evera's stats? Perception. Oh, they have a high perception.
Black Betty begins playing.
Yeah, basically. That's how this is gonna go soon.
Um,
What's the perception for this old fuck? I just assume it's some old fuck.
oh, it is some old fuck, but they're rich. Let's see.
Oh no, if only Amon wasn't egalitarian and give a shit about this social state such.
Yeah, right. Perception. Okay. Do do do.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say that you wanted this campaign to be more serious?
It's serious and
What's not serious about punch up in a fish and chip shop?
yeah.
This is prime British sport.
All right. So his table kind of gets up, and yeah, no, this is pretty serious. I mean, as I've said and I've stated, the theme, the vibe of this campaign is the vibe that I get when listening to multiple different Necrogoblicon songs, and they are definitely silly and serious. So, yeah. So initiative, it will go
Wrong.
Gath.
He said this campaign was based off tons of metal bands, especially Necro Goblin.
Specifically Necrogoblicon. And metal bands, even though they sound serious, I don't know if you heard of the band called Blowjob, but I mean,
What you mean with their very famous song Teeny Weeny and Cock Snatcher?
yeah, and even the song Girth Books. Great name.
It would be
Nice.
weird if there wasn't a bar/restaurant in this campaign, lol.
Hell, the main hub that you guys have so far is literally the name of an album. Bonkers.
Meant to put fight.
Alright, so this, let's just call them
We get
Dog 1.
So we get to Salem's hometown. We nearly kill a talking dog. We make deals with with the frickin' Duke. And now we're fighting in a fish and chip shop.
Sounds about right.
Again, this is just British weekend.
Man, I should have based this place off of England rather than France. Are there even Long John Silvers in France? I'm gonna Google it.
Probably not.
I think Long John Silver's is a wholly American thing.
Evandor to heal. Alright, here is the initiative order.
Okay, apparently there's one in France, but I'm gonna have to double check.
I'm gonna look it up. But first to enact in the initiative is you. Amon,
Bizarre. How threatening do these thugs look?
I labeled them as thugs. That's not their class, but they seem to have reached for, like, swords they had on them, short swords.
Posh sword.
You are about 15 feet away. And
Lovely. Amon gets this big, toothy grin as they draw their weapon, and without a second word, he's going first act stride to the nearest one.
Alright, that's the one that you actually tripped.
Lovely.
So they're
And
prone.
she is going to attempt to pick him up and body slam him through the table.
That I'll allow it.
I don't know what checks and whether I
Athletics.
should make an attack or an athletics check for it.
Let's make this an athletics against athletics.
Lovely.
Oh no. They don't have an athletics score.
Oh, that means straight roll.
Oh, that's
Wow, I rolled
sad.
real shit. Don't worry, it's not going to be impossible to beat Amon.
Alright, you're able to pick them up and get them on the table. You're not able to slam them through the table.
That's
But-
fine. That might change next round.
Yeah, and that would be all your actions.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's what Amon does. Amon just has this like toothy grin on her. She's clearly enjoying herself.
oh yeah. And they go, ew! This one's breath stinks! And yeah, one of the ones from the table, they draw their weapon, their sword, and they
Go on, stick ribs, bitch.
come up to you from behind, and they
What are the rules?
what's the what?
What are the rules for brawling weapons? Just punch people in the head.
What's the rules for drawing weapons?
No, brawling. Like, just
Uh,
punch people in the head.
What are the rules? Because there are just brawling Pathfinder 2e. Because that is a weapon. I mean, that's a weapon group. Let's see, the fist. There's fist, a thing, just fist. It's 1d4. But it has the non-lethal trait.
I'm not intending to kill these people as much as I find it fun.
It's funny that you can use non-lethal weapons. Weapons with the non-lethal trait, if you try to use them lethally, they also take a -2 penalty. Which is funny to me. Oh, also, fun fact, if a weapon trait has agile, the attack penalty is reduced by 1. So
Yes,
instead
I was looking at that the other day
I think
because
it's-
for in Jess's campaign, I was thinking of switching playstyle for dual swords,
yeah.
and I was trying to frantically figure out how multiple attack penalty worked for dual wielding. In first edition Pathfinder, it completely changed the multiple attack penalty, like wielding two weapons. So if you just wielded two weapons instead of 5 for your first one, it was 4, and 10 for your second one, it was 8. But if you had the feat, it reduced it to just -2 and then just -4.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Made dual wielding really good, but they changed that in the new one for the agile feat, which is a bit crap.
Alright, yeah, so this person comes up. They're gonna try to feint you. Which with a misleading flourish, you leave an opponent unprepared for your real attack. Attempt a deception check against your target's perception DC. So you said your perception is 17, right?
Teen.
Okay, so they will do a deception check, which they get.
I'm I'm so sorry. This is completely off topic and random, but I'm thinking about this. But I just abruptly remembered this one anime where, like, basically, a girl just met a guy in the past as children, and due to several unfortunate circumstances, she just murders his entire family right in front of him. And then as adults, she reveals that to him, and he's like, "No, don't go. I love you." And I'm like, dude, she killed your father and your sister, like, right in front of you. What are you smoking? And I find out that, like, in the manga this didn't happen at all, and he was like pissed off with her, and I'm wondering why the hell they changed that.
Because why not?
I don't know what
Happier
sort of set of unforeseen circumstances mean you have to triple homicide a family.
Mm.
Yandere.
It's just
Anyway.
I've been in some pretty weird situations and I've never had to resort to triple homicide, at least not yet.
Give it time.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, how but yeah, so what you gonna what you gonna do?
so yeah,
Wait, I'm not the DM.
this thug tries to strike at you, and their feint fails. But then they actually do continue on and make a real strike. 29.
Yeah, 29.
Is it a crit?
No, it is not. My armor class is 20.
Okay.
Oh, I am weak to silver.
Is
Oh,
this
dear.
sword silver? You know, you're really gonna hate me when I say this, Gath, but it's not. You take 7 points of damage. Thug 2 is the one you're holding. So, they're technically not grappled.
No, they're just prone on the table.
Yeah. They kind of stand up, draw their blade. You're now between... They sit up. They're not really standing, but, you know, they... For mechanical purposes, they're no longer prone. Which takes up an action. They also draw their weapon, and now you are flat-footed between the two. This one also tries to stab you with another 29.
Yeah, that's still not a crit, but that's still a
Damn, how much AC do you have?
20. It's only not a crit by a single point.
Is that even when you're flat-footed?
Oh, when I'm flat-footed, that is a crit, sorry.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, wait, hold on. Yeah. So this person stabs you. And because you're flat-footed, they get the sneak attack bonus that they have.
Oh, they're rogue.
They're just shifty gentlemen.
Or like shitty gentlemen. Heyo.
Yeah, I agree with that. Plus 3. You take 24 points of damage.
Right.
Leaving up to the next person in the list. Salem/Noir.
Okay, so I had something funny planned out if this ended up going the way it did. What if I just used a freaking noise blast to just hit everybody?
Oh, yes. Deafen the several people that are just completely uninvolved in the fight, like the waiter and the old lady suit.
Do it.
Yeah, It's fucked up, but it would be funny. The plan would be like to just shock everyone so bad that they realize, huh, maybe this is all kind of dumb and pointless.
Do it.
Okay, so okay, everyone within a 10-foot burst has to roll like a fortitude save.
All the thugs and Amon.
Oh wait, hang on, my PC. Okay, I believe. Oh yeah, it's 17. I believe you have to defeat a 17.
My bad. I was looking at the wrong creature. Acrobat. You said fortitude, right?
Yes.
Okay, and 17 is the one to beat. Um, all but one pass.
Oh.
Amon, you need to roll that as well. Forts. So none of them critically succeed. What happens in a normal succession?
Um. Okay, so critical success, creatures unaffected. Success, the creature takes half damage. Failure, the creature takes full damage and is deafened for 1 round. Critical failure, they take full damage and is deafened for 1 minute and is stunned 1.
Well, Gath just fucking died. Yeah, none of them critically fail, but roll damage.
Okay. I need to roll 2d20 on the bot just to make sure I'm not cheating. I cheated once in a D&D game, but that was only because if I didn't, it would have resulted in a TPK, and I would have felt bad. It would have been all my fault.
You should have let it happen. I think confessing your sins is great. But this was the wrong place to confess your sins.
Alright, so in a panic witnessing all this going down, Noir tries to think of what he could possibly do to end this. He shakingly takes out his, like, battle lute and then just plays the frickin' and just plays a very shrill noise, something that is intended to just make everyone cover their ears.
Alright. Gath's Discord fucking internet died. But yeah, toot toodaloo. Roll damage.
I just did.
Oh, I didn't realize it. Sorry. Yeah, you're able to, you toot to the loo, your darling, toot to the loo. The one person who failed, ears start to bleed, and they become, what was it? Deafened? But the others take half damage. And I think because of Gath's internet dying and it's just us, we're gonna stop here for now.